What is up, guys? Johnny01 here with another episode of FIFA 16 Division 1 tips. Guys, this season I do apologize. I have been playing terribly, and that is completely my fault. My defense, my offense just isn't where I want it to be, and a big part of it, as I just found out after playing the games in this episode, is that there was a new patch that I had no idea, and it completely changed a lot of the gameplay in FIFA 16. And I recently looked at what people were saying about the patch and what the changes were, and I figured out, as you're seeing here, and as you saw in my last episode, that the second man press and all these different AI controlled defenses have been lowered big time. No longer is the defenders gonna get in the way, try to cut people off, or try to get in the way of shots. And as you see here, if you are not actively controlling, if you're not jockeying and trying to cut off the shot, trying to cut them off, the defense, the AI will not do it for you. As I said in my previous episode, you should never rely on the second man press, but usually what I used to do was do the second man press until I felt comfortable to switch to my center back, where I could actually jockey and feel comfortable moving with the guy. I didn't do it right away, because if you did it right away, he would do a quick movement and you would not be ready. You would get caught off guard and they would be able to score a lot of goals. Well, now you have to do it right away, because you cannot even do second man press for a little bit of time, because if they do some precision dribbling or some short movements from side to side, they will be able to score, and long shots are gonna go in because they're not gonna get in the way of the shot. They're not gonna try to block the shot. You have to control them. You have to block the shot. And as you saw there, he does score. And then of course, as I was getting back into it, I get disconnected, I lose the game. Now I have to win my remaining 2 games, or win 2 games and tie one of my remaining 3 games. And of course, that's going to be quite challenging with how I'm playing. I do get the first opportunity, and I do not understand why Cuadrado does not lock onto the ball and finish the rebound. Instead, I miss, and then later on, I continue to miss and miss and miss. And that was the story of this game. He was getting these deflections at the last second. Just when I think I'm going to get a shot off, he gets a deflection and stops me. But here, later on in the game, I finally do get able to break through. A beautiful move right here. It was probably the most difficult shot I took all game, but is the one I actually score in. Beautiful shot by Cuadrado. Get it to the far post straight after doing the stop and turn. I got a nice little momentum with that skill move, and I was able to power a nice little shot, and I won the game, right? It's over. Of course not. Not how I'm playing this season. Not how this is literally his first opportunity. Another one of those games, those heartbreakers, where their first opportunity is a goal, their first shot on goal. This player, on offensive wise, was not very good. Defensive wise, he was pretty good, but offensively, he really had no opportunities. I was dominating him on the defense. I was controlling more of my players, but unfortunately, it was a little bit too late, and I was unable to stop him, and he scored, tied up the game, and won it. And then that's a draw that I could afford to lose. So now I have to win my remaining 2 games in order to stay in Division 1. And of course, once again, when I was talking about the patch, guys, long shots are more prominent than ever. Why? Because, like I said, the AI is not going to get in the way. They're not going to try to cut them off. So you have to start controlling your players even from out there, because if not, they're going to have an easy angle to the long shots. And of course, long shots, all FIFA 16 were super powerful, and now that your defenders aren't going to try to get in the way of them, they're even more powerful and more deadly. So just be aware of that. But you can also use this to help you guys out in offense. If you're on offense, do short movements. You don't even need to do those skill moves like a roulette, stuff like that. All you have to do is short movements from left to right. If you see that they're doing computer AI control players, you're going to have a lot of space. There's more space than ever. It used to be like they would be like 3 feet away from you. Now they're like 5 feet away from you. So if you ever see that, just do slow movements, do precision dribbling. That way you can have good control of the ball, and that way you can really catch them off guard and score. Take your shots when you see an opening. Take the shot, because a lot of times it will no longer be a quick movement at the last second by the computer controlled defender. now you'll actually be able to shoot the ball if you see an opening, and you'll probably more than likely be able to score. Of course, I do get a penalty here, a little bogus penalty. I did not want that to happen, but when things are going wrong, guys. There is nothing else I can say, but I really do deserve that. I've been playing terrible this season. Like, things were going wrong for me, yes. I was getting disconnected, but I was still losing. I was still not playing how I want to play. I was still not prepared for this patch, and my defense really suffered, especially in these last 2 episodes. My defense has been struggling big time. He makes a huge mistake here, though, and of course, I got to capitalize it near the end of the game, so once again, I think, okay, I win this game. I'll go to my next game. I can still savage this season. I can still stay in Division 1. I don't have to go back to my Road to Division 1 tip series. I can just stay in this series. But of course, once again in extra time, it appears with this new patch that 90-minute goals are back. I was talking about how happy I was before that 90-minute goals just weren't common. They weren't doing for me or against me. But as you just saw by these final 2 games, 90-minute goals to tie up the game. Deadly, heartbreaking, hate them. I wish it wasn't happening. One of the worst parts about this patch. Overall, this patch, as soon as I start to accustom myself to the game, I'm sure it'll be better. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that no longer you can rely on computer AI. I think that might actually be good, but it just makes me, I have to practice a little bit more my defense and make sure I'm good with my jockeying quickly and stop those long shots. But thank you guys so much for watching. Click on the top left if you want to see my tutorials. On the top right if you want to see my Division 1 tip series. On the bottom left if you want to see my formation review / guys. Bottom right if you want to see my player review / guys. And of course in the center to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future tutorials or tip videos. Thanks guys.